Hey everyone, my name is Christina Whiteley. I'm Presidential Diamond up here in Canada and one of your team leaders, and I'm really excited to be here tonight and share with you some tips and tricks on how to build your business. I think so often we don't see the big picture. So I want to thank you for being here tonight, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here, because what that says to me is that you want to grow your business. You want something to change. You want to be able to enroll people. There's something that needs to shift and click for you. And showing up is the first step. The second step is taking action. And the third step is taking that action even when you don't feel like it. So what I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about today is how you follow up with people, because you'll hear the fortune is in the follow-up. You'll hear that all the time. And that is the absolute truth. But I'll go into a little bit more detail about following up and why that's so important to your business and how to do it. But number one, I want to talk a little bit about reaching out to people on a daily basis and how many people, because let's be totally honest here. Our job is to enroll customers and new team members and help them start their business. That's what our job is. So if you're having issues enrolling people, if you're having issues making sure that you're completing your steps to success, which is enrolling 4 new customers and 3 new team members every single month, then I'm so happy that you're here. Continue to show up on Zooms like this. The number one way that you get better at enrolling people is continuing to try, and you learn through mistakes. So the mistakes and the failures are actually teachable lessons that you get to learn from every single time. And, showing up with different leadership and different people. Sorry, I got weird light going on in here because the light's coming through the trees. Showing up for different Zooms, different leadership. Like if you see them pop up on our team page and it's about enrolling distributors or enrolling loyal customers, check them out. I learned something new even at 3 years into the business. I show up for these Zooms because I learned something new from different leaders all the time, something that just like click, and all of a sudden I'm more streamlined, or I've learned a different tip. Chelsea Gershner, a year and a half into my business, told me to get people on the phone and enroll them myself. Up until then, I was actually waiting for them to enroll by themselves, and I was waiting on them all the time. And that sped up my business so much just by simply getting people on the phone. Now, I know some of you might be new, so getting people on the phone may be uncomfortable for you. The only way to get good at it is to become familiar and confident with the products. That's the only way, or becoming familiar and confident with the business. Now, you are more than welcome to reach out to your sponsor or an upline and have a 3-way call with people if you're worried about not saying the right thing and you're just getting the hang of it and you want to listen to what their language is. I highly recommend that, because you learn from listening, you learn from watching, you learn from doing, right? So if you're somebody in this business, you've got to consider what your goals are and the amount of time that you're putting into this business. And I don't mean the time that you're scrolling through Facebook and commenting on people's stuff. I mean the time that you're actually physically reaching out to people. And I'm gonna give you kind of what my baseline is, what my non-negotiable is every day, and then I'm gonna talk to you about how you grow your business. So my non-negotiable, like if I am deathly ill, if I'm going to a wedding, if my child is ill, if somebody is dying in my family, I do the same thing every single day, and I make time for it. And I call it the 50 to 10, 10, and 10 rule, okay? And you can do this, honestly, you can do this in about 45 minutes, and sometimes I break it up into 15-minute intervals. There we go. I was combining increments and intervals in the same word. All of those things. So you get to break up your day if you have to do it, but this is something that I do not go to bed without doing. So I put up 2 quality posts. One of those posts, I try and make a video. I try and do live videos at least 5 days a week. That's my goal, because you get more exposure on live videos and stories than you do in posting. 100%. Please ask questions if you have them. You will not get better at live videos if you don't do them. You can fear them forever, but I'll tell you, by the end of the year, 90% of what you see on social media will be video. And if you don't get good at them, and keep in mind, you don't have to be great. You don't have to be great. You're out there attracting your people. You're looking for your tribe. You don't need to make everybody happy. You're just looking for people just like you. The best way to attract those people is to be authentically you and put out quality information and value that people need. So if we're in a health and wellness company, a really great thing to do is give health and wellness tips. But if you're somebody who loves dog training or you're obsessed with your cat, like, it's important to talk about those things because that's who you are. And you know, there's a lot of other dog lovers and cat lovers out there that are going to absolutely identify with you. And that's just something that links them to you. So I want you to go out there and I want you to do 2 quality posts. If you haven't watched the video in Set Goals, Dream Big on the perfect profile and how to post, I highly recommend that. Because if you're posting before and after picture, and sales pictures and pictures of the product, like buy my stuff, 40% off, buy my stuff, nobody's paying attention to you. Not in a world, things are changing so quickly. That worked 3 years ago or 5 years ago when we started this business, but now you're up against 10 other people that are in that same person's inbox offering a different product or service. So what's going to make you stand out? And I want you to think about it this way. When you decide to purchase something, who do you purchase from? If you're going to go out there and you're going to purchase, let's just say like a home workout kit, I don't know, but like a home workout kit, you're going to do your research and you're going to find the person that supported you the most. And you're going to find somebody that is knowledgeable and actually ask questions and gets to know you because you're going to make a connection with them. So asking questions is like the number one thing that I do. I try not to talk about me, myself, or my products or the opportunity until I find out what it is that they need. My job is to be a problem solver. My job is to go in, get to know somebody, ask the right questions like, what do you do for a living? Is it a secondary income? Is this another stream of income? Do you have kids? Do you want to travel? Do you want to buy a house? Like, what do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to get more energy? Do you want to get rid of pain? Like, what is it that you want? And I'm going to provide a solution to that. Then, so 2 quality posts, then 50 before it, so I should have done 50 first, is add 50 friends or 50 followers. I add both. So I had 50 friends on Facebook and 50 followers, and just to grow my network, because if you don't do this, you're going to run out of people to talk to. And the worst thing that you can do is have a hundreds list that you just like, that you respond and you just keep going over the same 50 people to follow up. Like when you do that, you annoy the crap out of people. So please don't be one of those people that only has 50 people. So all you do is follow up with the same 50 people. Trust me, when you harass them, they're not going to buy from you. But when you offer a solution, the other thing that you can do is put people into our Live Fit community, whether they're customers or not customers, whether they're potentials in the business or in products, you can put them into our Live Fit community. I highly recommend that because we're taking care of that and we're taking care of those people for you. They know to go back to the person that invited them. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to see so many results in that group that they're going to order faster than if they give you an objection like, oh, I'd like to, I just can't right now, put them in that group because they're going to see so many things, positive things that's going to make them want to order, and it tips them over the edge. Or if they're a distributor, a potential distributor, they're going to see all of the things in there that like prove the before and afters of our picture, prove that people love the product. So they're going to see all these people obsessed with the products and they're like, oh, well, this just makes sense, right? Hello. Sorry, baby bump. You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi, Izzy.
Listen.
Just a kiss goodnight.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Izzy.
You hear? Okay, kiss goodnight. Have a kiss goodnight. I love you so much.
But I want you to
I have to go to my Zoom.
Sweetie, come on.
I have to go to my Zoom. Oh, come on.
Big kiss. Gotta go.
Big kiss. Gotta go, Baba. We'll see you.
Okay.
We'll see you in a minute. There. Sorry, guys. It's bedtime, so I don't usually book Zooms right around 7 o'clock, but I just want to be able to say goodnight to her. Okay, so we've got 50. We've got 2. What the heck is 10, 10, and 10? So 10, I'm reaching out to 10 new people, not old people, not people I've ever talked to before. I'm reaching out to 10 new people and asking them if they're open to an opportunity to work from home. I'm only asking if they're open because our job is simply to get them to raise a hand, and then we can move on to the next step, okay? So I'm asking 10 new people about the business. I'm asking 10 new people about the product, and that could be a host-to-post message. My goal is to get 5 host-to-posts out a day to be perfect, like bare minimum. Again, this is my bare minimum. Most days I'm doing like 3 times this at least, okay? And that's because of my level of desire, because at $20,000 to $30,000 a month, you would think you'd have to work a little bit harder, right? You'd think you'd have to do a little bit more than most people. But if you're sitting here and you want $500 a month, then the 52, 10, 10, and 10 rule is really great. So 10 new distributor messages, 10 new reaches out about host-to-post or product, and then 10 follow-ups. Okay, so I'm going to just type that in the chat so now you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, there you go. When I say that, because you'll hear me say it again. So that is my bare minimum. I try and do 3 times that every day, but if I'm having a really busy day, that's what I do. Now I want you to listen to these statistics because it's really important. When you send 100 messages, okay, when you reach out to 100 new people, 80 people are not going to respond to you. 80, not going to respond, not going to bother. They might look at the message, they might not, they're not going to respond. But you've done your job that day or when you send those messages, because you will start showing up more in their news feed. This is how the Facebook algorithms work. So when you're working hard behind the scenes, you're going to get noticed out front as well. So when you send out 100 messages, 80 people are not going to respond. Out of the 20 people left, 10 are going to say no. You're going to hear no a lot more than you hear yes, okay? And that is totally normal because people need 5 to 21 points of contact before they order. Can I say that again? I'm going to anyways. 5 to 21 points of contact. Why is that important? Because they need either a post, a phone call, a message, a follow-up, a follow-up, a follow-up, a follow-up, a follow-up, a post, a story, a live video, and they can up to 20, right? Okay, so it's really important that you understand that and know that your first point of contact is probably not going to result in a sale. And so 10 people are going to say no, but I've got good news for you. Out of those 10 people, 6 are going to come back within 60 to 90 days in order. Okay, so 6 are going to come back. They're saying no, either not right now, they don't have the money, they don't have enough information, or they don't see the value. Those are the only reasons that people, and maybe they're not interested. They're not your people. Maybe they're totally not interested, and that's fine. Maybe they get their supplements somewhere else and they're happy that way. Totally fine. No big deal. The best piece of advice I can give to you is unattach yourself from the outcome. Just do the work. Just put the time in and come up with an action plan. And then out of the 10 people that are left out of that 100, 8 are going to ask for more information. So you're going to have a conversation with them and they're going to order in the next 60 to 90 days. 2 of them are going to order within that week. Maybe one orders that day or in the next couple of days, but 2 are going to order. So out of 100 people in the next week, 2 are going to order, okay? Here is why this is important. Whether you send 100 messages in a day, in a week, in a month, in 6 months, or a year, you still have the same averages. So you decide what track you're on. You decide how quickly you want to build this business. And this business loves speed. It loves momentum. It loves moving forward. But if you aren't consistent every single day, you're not going to get that momentum and you're not going to move forward in a big way. You may build a little income here and there doing this as a hobby, but you're going to get paid hobby money if you want this. And that's completely fine. If you were here and you love our products and you're excited and you just want to share them with people because you know people love them and you just want to make a few $100s extra a month, amazing. Stick with the 52, 10, 10, and 10. Absolutely. But if you're here to make a part-time income or a full-time income or change the legacy of your family like we did, you have to be consistent. The only day over the past 3 years that I have not reached out and asked somebody about my business, at least one person, was Christmas Day. Christmas Day is a happy birthday, and that is engaged, or is a happy birthday, is a Merry Christmas, and is an engagement anyways. So I'm still doing my job. But I know that this business loves speed. I know that coming into this and going all in, that I was going to create a $10,000 a month income within a year. But you have to go all in, and you have to be honest with yourself. And the best way to be honest with yourself is at the end of the day, before you go to bed, I want you to go back through your messenger and count how many people you actually reached out to. And this is going to tell you everything, because a lot of people, I worked all day, and I don't sign anybody. I would beg to differ that you messaged any more than 20 people that day. If you worked all day and you're not signing anyone, you're scrolling through Facebook, you're watching videos, you're not doing the work. And like I said, showing up to this Zoom, amazing. You're filling your cup, and that's so important. But showing up to Zooms like this are really great when you're working on something and you see a topic that you really need. Absolutely show up for the Zoom. Your money comes from working. Your money comes from enrollments. Your money comes from reaching out to new people and following up, which is now what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. So following up, again, if you guys have any questions about this, please ask. Following up is a different beast, okay? And I want to tell you a story, because when I started this business, I didn't follow up as often as I should. And this is my follow-up schedule. I will reach out to somebody, and then inevitably in our conversation, they're going to stop answering at some point. So 2 days later, I'm going to follow up with them and say, hey, just wanted to see if you have any other questions, or hey, I've been really busy. I'm so sorry. How are you doing? It's that simple, right? If they don't respond then, I'm going to follow up with a host-to-post message a week later. And that host-to-post message is going to be offering them something. So they're right now they can earn or win a $2,000 travel voucher or cash. So I'm going to offer them something. If they don't message me back after that, I'm going to start following up with them monthly. If they don't respond after 2 or 3 or 4 messages, or they're not even looking at my messages anymore, I get rid of them because they screw with your algorithm. But here's where the magic happens. So I really like getting to know people if they're not ready for the business. Like, I'm always upfront. I always ask right up front. I'm not that person that waits 6 weeks and gets to know somebody and their kid's name and their dog's name and where they take their kids to school. I don't do that. I ask straight up, because I'd be really upset if somebody added me on Facebook and tried to get to know me, and 6 weeks later we're like, oh, do you want to buy my stuff? I'm like, is that why you added me? I would have way rather you been upfront about your intentions before than trying to go sneaky through the back door. That really bugs me. So I'd rather upfront. Now, some people, now that I've said this, some people are going to say, well, you don't even know me. Like, you're asking me to buy something, or you're asking me to do something. That's how they show up in life, okay? So that's how they show up in life. And when people are negative towards you, or they say something out of spite, it's because that's how they show up. You don't want those people on your team anyways. You don't want them as, trust me, you don't want them as customers either, because they are going to create a whole heck of a headache for you. So when it comes to follow-ups, I met this girl. She was a random ad on Facebook. We talked about business. And it was about a year later that she enrolled on our team. And she enrolled. I posted her welcome picture. I was so excited. And I got a message instantly from one of my leaders. And she said, how do you know her? Because I've known her for 10 years. I've worked 3 different jobs with her. How did you get her to join? And I said, I had no idea you're talking to her, because I just want you to know that if I know one of my girls, if I know somebody's talking to somebody else, I always say, if you've started a conversation with somebody, you should go back to them. I have a ton of integrity with my business, and I'll go back. But not only were we not mutual friends, I didn't know that she knew this girl. I had no idea. So she said, how'd you get her to enroll? And I said, well, I followed up. I said, how many times did you follow up in the last year? I said, go back and count. So she went back and counted. And she said 5. And I said, do you want to know how many times I followed up with her? And my follow-ups were like, hey, how's it going? How's your weekend? Hey, here's a really great offer that we're doing. You can start your business for $20. Or here, we launched a new product. Like, have you thought about this anymore? Like, it wasn't always like pushing sales on her, pushing join my team. I got to know her. I know what she does for a living. I know, I said, I hope you had a great weekend at the lake. Like, I actually treat her like a human being. I followed up with her 33 times that year. And that's why she joined with me, because I created a relationship. I was consistent in my business every single day on Facebook. She knew that I took this business seriously. And that's why she joined with me over a friend that she'd had for 10 years because that friend wrote her off after the 5th follow-up. That friend's like, she's never going to join, and wrote her off. I didn't, because I said no for 2 years. I said no to 6 different people for 2 years. And when I finally said yes, the person that I joined with had a triple diamond on their team within a year. So could you imagine if there was no follow-up, if there's nobody reaching out anymore, that person is going to join with somebody else. So I highly recommend that if somebody's really into the business and just hasn't joined with you yet, and they're just like, it's not the right time, I'm too busy, I'm this, don't write them off. If they're still responding to your messages, do not write them off, because if you play the long game and you put positivity and your best foot forward and you inspire them in your journey, they'll join you. It's just a matter of time. And I literally follow up with people until they die. Like, until they die. That's when I stop following up, or they block me, which then they're dead to me. But those are the 2 ways that I follow up with people. And when you get them on a monthly program, it's really cool because you can actually follow up with an update. So after you've followed up a couple of times in your first month, you're going to follow up monthly, and you're going to say, oh, hey, we actually just released a new product, our BFF. I know you might not be ready for the business yet, but would you want to try a few products? Super simple. Your sponsor, your upline can totally help you with these follow-ups. But again, if you only follow up once or twice, you are missing. Okay, are you ready for this? If you only follow up once or twice, you are missing 90% of your sales. 90. And that is what the difference is between somebody that comes into this business and makes $100 a month and somebody that comes into this business and goes triple diamond, presidential diamond, ambassador. That's the absolute difference. Somebody that follows up 5 times will probably make about $1,000 a month. Like that's kind of where we're sitting at. But those of you that learn the skills and have the confidence to not let enrollments dictate your life and give you highs and lows, and you do the work anyways, and you show up on the months that you can't seem to enroll anybody, and instead of complaining, you hop on Zooms and learn from other leaders, and you get on YouTube and you become a problem solver and you search how to enroll people, and you ask questions, your leadership will pour life into you. I was on a Zoom the other night with Ashley Mayfield, and it really made sense to me that our love language is communication. When you communicate with your upline and you ask questions and you want to get good, we will give everything that we have to you because we are here and we're committed. But when you're posting twice a week, you're messaging here and there, you're on the outskirts and you can do it on your own, but we're here to support you if you really want to make this a business. Let's see about these questions. I'm really excited to see your questions. Okay, how do you keep everyone organized when you follow up? That's a great question. So I'm going to just take out my handy dandy It Works planner. So you don't need an It Works planner, but I use my It Works planner, and I so every day my goal is to get 5 names here. Some days I do, some days I don't, right? Like some days I send the same amount of messages and I just don't have people that are interested. That's totally fine. But my goal is to get 5 people here, and I just go by dates. Like I am so old school. I do not have a filing system. I do not you can use the Connect app. That's another way. You can set reminders in your phone when to follow up. But I use my handy dandy book, and I'm like, okay, well, today's the 24th. So I'm going to go back 2 days and I'm going to follow up with people that were on Friday and Saturday. And then I'm going to go back a week and I'm going to follow up with those people. And then I'm going to go back a month and I'm going to follow up for the month before. So literally I write down people's names on their day, and it's really not that difficult, and you don't need to overcomplicate it, and you do not need to be organized to do this business. Again, I do not have a filing system. I'm so not green. Make a hundreds list. Yep. Great. Having a hundreds list. I physically, because I'm old school, I like writing names down. I feel more accomplished when I add names and I physically write them down. Yes, another lead, So I really just like having people write them, or I just like writing them down. do the work. Yeah. You know what? And this is what it all comes down to, you guys. It comes down to doing the work anyways. It comes down to, on the days that I don't feel like following up, messaging my accountability partner. If you don't have an accountability partner and you want to do great things in this business, I highly recommend posting to find one. Post on our team page, post on Diamond Divas, find somebody that has the same goal as you that you can run at together. And I'm sitting here telling you this, but you're not going to hit all your goals. Things are going to happen. People are going to quit. You're going to have, customers that once in a while, on a blue moon, a customer's not going to be happy. You can't let that stuff affect you. I'm going to share this with you. I remember when I first started this business, and I had a customer complain about the greens. They tasted bad. They were gritty. It wasn't for them. I can't believe you drank this, basically. And again, that's how people show up in life. So I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, how could she not like our greens? How am I going to make this right? I'm going to send her free products. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I felt terrible until I realized the outside source. So now when I have customers complain, I'm like, here's customer service's phone number. You're welcome. You're on your way. Like, I'm not going to deal with that because I don't have to. And that's the beauty of having this business, is that you can give people customer service's phone number and they will deal. You don't have to, and you don't have to take on any of that negativity. None of it. You really don't. And I have the confidence to know that, if we bring in an average of $500 million a year, our products work, or we wouldn't be bringing in $500 million a year. We wouldn't be a debt-free company. We wouldn't, most often, the times that products don't work is because people don't take them, or don't take them consistently, or don't use them properly, or whatever. And they're the people that are looking for a quick fix and don't want to change their healthy eating. They don't want to live a healthy lifestyle. They want a quick fix, and they're not responsible for it, right? So don't ever take on somebody's negative energy when it comes to your business and let that take you out for the day, or take you out for the week, or take you out for the month because somebody said something to you. Other people's opinions are none of my business. I did a video on this today. Other people's opinions are none of my business. The only way they hold weight is if I believe them. I am exactly who I am. They don't know what's in my head. They don't know what's in my heart, and they don't know the grit that I have. And I'm saying that to all of you guys because I believe that each of you have the ability to hit whatever goal you decide with this company. So, Tricia, is there anything else that you want to go over really quickly, or are you pretty happy with kind of that overview?
Yeah. Do you mind to kind of talk about how important engagement is, just really quick? Because I think that
Sure,
that's something that's super overlooked a lot of the times. I don't know that they, and some may, but I think even as diamonds and above, sometimes we forget how important that is. And so I think it could really bring value to their business.
100%. I'd love to go over that. So it's something that I was taught when I first started this business, but it's the one IPA, income producing activity, that goes by the wayside when I'm doing the 52, 10, 10, and 10. And the way that Jennifer, you can watch the video from the beginning, and you can get the 52, 10, 10, and 10 roll. Because you will get a recording. So when it comes down to engagement, this is something that you tend to forget when you get busy with your team, or you get busy with work, or you get busy trying to enroll people. But Facebook algorithms are changing, and I want to talk about this really quickly because it is really important. Your engagement in your business is really important. What do I mean by engagement? What the heck is engagement? Like, what is that, right? Engagement is when you love a post, or you haha a post, or you wow a post. Okay, that's like the mildest form of engagement. That's like when you walk by somebody on the street, you say hi, right? The mildest form of engagement. Don't like anything. Make sure that you are loving, ha-haing, maybe sad, but nobody really wants to sad anything, and wowing posts. So make sure you're using at least those 3 emojis. Now, what does engagement mean? It means that and this is one of the best tips that you'll ever get for engagement. If you're one of those people that, like, I've got 1, 2, 5 likes on a post, It's because you're not engaging with other people. You're taking for granted the people that are actually seeing your posts, and you're not creating a relationship with them. So what I do for mark my words, and you can go to my Facebook page and look, for every post that I put out there, I will love all the comments and comment back. My goal is 5-word comments because it picks up better in the algorithm. And even more so, ask a question. If you can get somebody to comment on your post, you ask a question and they comment back, your algorithm is going to pick up your post and show them as more important, more engaging, and is going to show you more in the newsfeed. If you're not doing any of this stuff, you could post and none of your people are seeing it. Like, it's a huge waste of your time. So what I encourage is that you engage 10 to 15 minutes before a post. And what that means is you go through your Facebook friends list and just go to their page, like one by one by one, and comment on their first post, comment on their first post, comment on their first post, comment on their first post. You can go through your news feed and comment, 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 comment. Then you're going to post. Now, sometimes I will save the post in my notes because I don't want there to be a gap between me coming up with a post and engaging. Sometimes I'll post, and then you know how you can cancel the post and save it so that when you go back, you just post up. So I'll save that post, go do my 10 to 15 minutes of engagement, post my post, and then the worst thing that you can do is leave. And then, like, go to a movie or go to bed or whatever. What you want to do is watch that post for the next hour-ish. And, like, I'm not saying you have to sit and watch it, but anybody that comments, anybody that likes it, go, if they've liked or loved your post, you go to their page and you engage with them, comment, whatever, right? If they commented, you comment back, because what Facebook is doing is gathering 90,000 data points on your post. They're analyzing the words, they're analyzing what you're saying, they're analyzing the engagement, they're analyzing everybody that's seeing it, they're doing all of those things. And in the first hour, that's what they're doing. So if people are commenting and you're not commenting back, it's going to say this person isn't engaging, isn't somebody that you should follow, isn't, you know. And the other thing is, maybe your posts are just full with other distributors' comments. Maybe and that's totally fine. Don't take advantage of the people that are following you and commenting. Engage. Facebook doesn't know that they're on your team. Facebook doesn't know that you're connected in other ways. All they do is they see that engagement, and they want to make sure that you're giving love back to the people that love you. Think about it this way. Who are the best, like, rock stars out there? The people that have a voice, the people that have something that they stand for, and the people that engage with their audience. I will never forget going to a Lady Gaga concert, and she had these little pop-up booths that were filled with counselors. So because of her following, because of her little monsters and all the people that she attracts, there was, like, suicide prevention and counselor booths popped up all over the arena. Plus, she pulled somebody out of the audience, and because Bell sponsored them and gave free Wi-Fi, and asked them what their favorite charity was, and she gave $10,000 to Bell for Let's Talk, and she gave $10,000 to the charity, like, randomly, of the girl that she picked out of the audience. So what are you giving back to your audience that is going to make them fall in love with you? Make sure that you're being positive. Make sure that you're giving value. Make sure that people want to follow you. And then when they do follow you and they try and engage with you, don't leave them hanging, right? Be a person. Like, if somebody said to you, "Oh God, Trisha, I love your shirt," you wouldn't just turn around and walk away. You'd be like, "Thank you so much. I got it at Target," or "I got it wherever," right? Like, you would engage with them and you'd be a human being. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is be a human being. And when you follow up with somebody, it doesn't have to be buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. I would rather you reach out to somebody and give them an update and say, "Hey, I know we talked about weight loss a few months ago, but we just had this new product come up. It might be something that interests you. If you'd like more information, let me know." It's that simple. So doing that. And then the other way that you can engage people is by doing engagement posts. So if you haven't watched Jamie's host to post video and what a reverse host to post is, that's a really good engagement. Asking people questions, like doing like a picture of 4 destinations. Like, where do you want to go on vacation? Or, you know, I'm renovating my kitchen. Do you like this kitchen or that kitchen? I'm going out for the weekend. Do you like this shirt or that shirt? Like, stupid stuff, you guys, but people want to be involved and they want interaction because they're not getting it in person anymore. They're sitting in front of a screen. So if they can interact with you and have an engagement post, or you're doing a live video and you're like, hey, Trisha, hey, Brandy, hey, Jennifer, hey, Isabel, like, you're acting like they're human beings because they are. Like, don't forget that. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you guys a little bit of info on how you can engage more with your people, how you can follow up, and you determine the speed of your business. So if you're only reaching out to 5 people, 5 new people every single day, and you're like, I'm not Ruby yet. No one's joining me. No one's signing up. You need to say less to more people. Don't take up so much time conversing and trying to give all this information about our products and our company. Just see if they're open. And if they're open, then you can give them more information. If they're not, move on and talk to more people daily and your business will thrive. Sound good?
Yeah, totally. I appreciate you saying that too about the whole less is more thing, because I think, and I love you greens, but I have a lot of greens on my team that are just, they totally want to just throw up and tell way too much. And then they're like, oh, I should have asked you because I think I put too much out there and I scared them away. And I'm like, I'll give you all the feedback that you want, but maybe wait to send a message if you're unsure if it is too much sometimes, and ask for the help, because I find that can really slim things down to simple as more.
Yeah, less is always more. And if you've done this, guys, if you've sent paragraph after paragraph or voice message, if you sent like 6 minutes in voice message, nobody's listening to that. I'm just telling you right now, nobody's listening to it. I'm not even listening to it if you send me a 6-minute voice message. So the reason I want to tell you that is because we've all made mistakes. Like, very often, so Karen Sayers is one of my best friends. I've known her for 11 years. Very often, I'll go to message somebody and my past conversation will come up, and it's like 3 paragraphs long on why you should join my team and why this is such a good idea and blah, blah, blah. And that's what happened to me 3 years ago when I had no idea how to speak to people, no idea how to market, and no idea how to solve problems. I was too busy pitching myself, my business, trying to be an expert on the products. That does not work. You need to get to know people, and you need to put them first and foremost before yourself, before all your information. Because if somebody came to me and blasted all the reasons why I should buy their keto coffee without asking me what I do for a living or why I'd want to use it, I'd be like, dude, I work for It Works. We have keto coffee. And I'd be irritated because they didn't care about me. All they cared about was a sale, right? And when people feel that, they will smell that. They will smell that from 10 miles away if you are trying to sell a product to them. But if you actually care about people and you work from a servant's heart and you give everything that you can, if you give them free stuff, free information, right? Our Start Keto Today, when you can use your website, and you can also use .start keto today instead of .itworks.com to give them keto information. That's a soft sell. So give them information that they're asking. I did a video the other day on keto and intermittent fasting, and I had so many people reach out to me and ask me more about intermittent fasting. Do you think I'm an expert or a nutritionist? Absolutely not. I Googled that and I actually just sent them the article that I Googled. You don't have to be smart to do this business, you guys. You just have to be resourceful and be a problem solver. That's it.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
This is so good. And I truly appreciate you doing this, Christina, because even Vicky just put in there that this is the best Zoom she's been on in a while. And, breaking it down and really putting those numbers out there, because I find that I can be very vague sometimes unintentionally. And just, numbers are important. And I truly appreciate you breaking this down for everyone to understand how important it is. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Trisha. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. We're here because we want to work with you, because we want to help you build your business. Yes, it's your job to take action. And only you can be motivated. Only you can be disciplined. Only you can have grit and consistency. But we're here to support you in any way. If you're sending messages and it's not working, reach out and ask a sponsor. If you're sending follow-ups and no one's responding and you're not enrolling, if you're not completing your steps to success, go to your sponsor and ask questions and break it down with them. Like, we're here to troubleshoot. And yeah, you might be making mistakes, guys. I make mistakes every day, and I make millions of mistakes. Like, I seriously fail forward. I failed forward in this entire business because I didn't have any experience, and I failed forward until I could afford a coach. Hi, Austin. So don't worry.
It's his cousin. I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh no, there's two of them. So don't worry. If you have to fail forward, that's part of this. And every failure is not a failure, you guys. It's a lesson to be learned. Whenever something happens, and like, trust me, I've had instances that I want to pull my freaking hair out. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going to happen? How am I going to fix this? What am I going to do? And then I take a deep breath and I think, why is this happening for me? What lesson do I need to learn right now so that I can move forward in my business and be a better leader for my team? And that's the God honest truth. I have a lot of things that I failed in this business and in life in general. And it's having different perspective, and that's what personal development does. And that's another thing that I would really like to highlight really quickly, is doing personal development every single day. That is a non-negotiable for me. It's not something that we get paid for, but I will tell you that your confidence level and your level of desire will increase with your personal development, and that will directly affect your paycheck. The more confident you are, the more well-spoken you are, the better communicating you are with the colors, all that kind of stuff, you will absolutely increase your paycheck every single time you do personal development and implement the personal development. There's one thing to be a reader and a learner. There's another thing to implement the things that you learn. And if you can learn how to do that, there's no glass ceiling here, my friends. You make as much money as you want to make. Okay? I hope you guys have a great night. I don't see any other questions in here. And thank you so much for being here and taking time tonight.
Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome. Have a great night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.